Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. It is the 22nd of October 1938, and the Empire of Japan is getting ready for the midterm strategic goal. And the midterm strategic goal is to secure Southeast Asia, specifically the resource-rich regions in the Dutch East Indies and around British Malaya. We're currently securing Siam. We're going to turn Siam into a puppet state of ours, and to ensure that our troops have access to this region, because we're also going to be opening fronts against the British Raj, obviously, at some point, in order to once more secure our western borders of the Asian Empire that we're about to build. Now, in order to get into the British Raj, we are, and not to get bogged down in Burma, which is what the Japanese have done historically. They've sort of invaded up to here, and then they got stuck because they had massive supply issues. It's all jungle and mountains, and it was really dreadful to get through. We are going to pull a Hannibal, and we are going to try to take over Tibet, as well as Nepal and Bhutan, and giving us a foothold across the Himalayas into the northern hills, and from there the road to Delhi should be relatively wide open. So hopefully this way we can swoop through the British Raj reasonably quickly before they get into good defensive positions, while we're also dealing with the other things here. So the big problem obviously that we're going to be having is supply. As you can see, supply is already an issue. Now, there's a supply hub in Lhasa, which is the Tibetan capital. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to start connecting, and you can already see that these units down south here are out of supply. So we're going to have to move several units out of this. Effectively, we are probably just going to shorten the front, such that we are not going to have these supply problems over there. And then, why am I not seeing my troops? Not sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, so front is shortened. The next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to construct a railroad branching off here. Let's see if we can do this. Yes, we can. And we are going to get ready to connect to this supply hub here in Lhasa. So let's build it like that for now, and make that a level 2 railroad. That's the one end, but we're also going to be trying to attack from the north here. And we once we actually have made it into these regions, we can start connecting. Whatever supply hubs might be around here, as well as connecting the northern Indian supply hubs. So we're also going to need railroad into this region. So the other thing that we're going to be constructing is a railway line. No, that's a terrible idea. Can we make this straighter? Not really. Okay, so that's sort of what it's going to be. Okay, there we go. So we're going to connect this supply hub, and then we're going to build the railway preemptively already. Where are the Indian hubs? Northern Indian hubs. Sort of here in the Peshawar region. So we're already going to get ourselves just about here and make sure that that's all connected. We may even, given that the next supply hub from there is actually, there are no supply hubs here in this northern region. So the whole Kashmir region doesn't have any supply hubs. We may actually construct one right here and get that connected. That just for future battles, if we have any kind of fighting going on around the area of Afghanistan and these notoriously undersupplied regions. I am probably going to pull the railways at least up top, just to get these done. Do we have that decision available that allows us to build supply hubs faster? We also need to get these done, because these are all giving us good things. Yes, reform. No, that's a building slot. It was something like reorganize the railway system. I don't think we have that. We don't want this. I don't think we have that actually. So we are going to need to, yeah, I want to get these out of the way. Let's see. We are definitely going to prioritize naval aircraft construction once the zero is researched, which shouldn't be too long anymore. Where are we focus-wise? We are doing the first air fleet right now. So once that's done, it's going to be the zero. So first air fleet is, so we were talking about 110 days or so. So that decision then can definitely make it better for us to produce naval aircraft. And then we can, so that's a navy, that imbalances it towards the navy, and this would rebalance it towards the, we may end up having a bit of a, a pro-naval decision at the end. We will see. Right now we are balanced in the inter-service rivalry, so we will see how we're going to balance that out in the end. Anyway, because I think these two decisions here are relatively strong in terms of okay, now that's just the construction speed, but it's the output. This one has a minus 10% dockyard output, so I'm not interested in getting that because that would imbalance. What does that give me? Special forces capacity multiplier. So that means we could get more special forces, but a 10% hit on dockyard output. I'm not so concerned about the construction speed, but that's quite massive, because this will only give us a 5% dockyard output bonus. So this is a net negative for dockyard output. So we may end up doing this, but then we are actually imbalanced towards the army. So maybe we'll do this one first. I'm not sure. We'll figure that out when we get there. Anyway, right now we need to actually start justifying against Tibet, because also it is now October 1938, and I think around about 1940 I'm going to start the invasions around Southeast Asia. So we want to wrap that up as quickly as we can, which means 28 political power, 140 days. Let's get that going. All right. And in the meantime, we are still busy mopping up the remainder of Siam. How far are they? How far are they towards capitulation? Yeah, there's not much left here. So let's just make sure that we are. Let's get these victory points gone here, and then just get these guys to sort out the other ones. And we can get this unit already assigned. Oh, this is all very low supply down south here. Okay. Maybe we can just get these. Actually, let's leave this unit here, and these two can just surround him and cut that one off. And here we try to get across the river and get that sorted. Okay. Yeah, we are pushing in the south here, but we are very low on supply, which is, well, there is none. There's literally no supply. The next supply hub is in the capital. So we'll keep pushing for now. The enemy is out of supply as well. So how bad is it? It's still doable, and we still have the air superiority, because I think yes. So we have close air support and fighters. So they are supposed to be hitting. They're supposed to be hitting this region and do air superiority and CAS, yep. And the we've got the tactical bombers doing that as well, and some more tactical bombers from the north here. We might actually draw one more tactical bomber wing south and get them also here. Okay, let's get this wrapped up. I don't think it's going to last a lot longer, because there's not much. I'm not even sure if we need to capture the capital, but we are pushing as far south as we can. Nope, they have actually capitulated. Perfect. So we've got more guns and fuel. Good news. And we're actually going to puppet Siam because historically Japan technically occupied Siam to a degree, but it was really more of a puppet regime that was going on there. So great news. Okay, and we'll end our turn and be done with it. Okay. So we now have Siam, which is, what's it called? It's called I can't hardly see, there it is. It's the Siamese Empire, which is certainly what they were trying to achieve in the end. So this is now the Siamese Empire, and I'm not sure if this is the politician who was effectively at the helm at this time, but we do have the access, so we can now actually remove our troops and ships. What do we have still here? Okay. So these two task forces need to join again, because I think I detached the destroyers from them. Oh no, these are the Siamese destroyers. Sorry, I thought this was. No, these are okay. These two need to. 5 destroyers, 6 destroyers. I think these were all. Was one of the, oh no, these two. Okay, so not this one. These two need to merge again, and then they can be merged back, and they are going to be just on hold. And they can actually sit in Bangkok. I don't really mind that. Now all my planes need to stop doing what they're doing. Do we have a more southern airport, such that when we're going to, because we're going to have to start hitting Malaya, but I'm not sure if my close air support is actually going to be effective. Maybe. So we may have some range for these, but the tactical bombers should be okay. Actually, what are the range circles for these? No, I'm not sure. Anyway, these as well can move over to Bangkok at this point, but no one's going to do anything right now. All right. I did need to tidy up these small air wings here, so let's do that quickly. We've got, what are these? We've got a bunch of fighters. Okay, hang on. Let's tidy this up, because this were just leftovers from the last war. Can I, I've got this bunch of carrier close air support here. Can I just get these 3 and merge these air wings? Yeah. Okay. So that's done, and we've got these 3. They can be merged. Okay. These should be. Well, they're carrier fighters, but we're not really going to be using them in that position. And we've got these are just regular fighter wings, so we can merge these 2 as well. We are going to use the 0 pretty much for most things. Maybe later on we'll add some heavy fighters for longer range, but the 0 is going to be our primary fighter in the Pacific region, because we do have air bases around here in this area. So actually, which reminds me, if we are going to need air in, for example, the Dutch East Indies, that airbase needs to be upgraded. So let's get that done before I forget it. We're also going to need radar, obviously. We're going to get two more levels of airbase, because that from there on, my heavy fighters should, my medium bombers, my tactical bombers should be able to cover most of the region, and we can obviously use the Bangkok airbase as well. Yeah, I think the close air support is not going to have a great time here, but the TACs are going to be perfectly fine. Okay. This also means we don't need the First Army here anymore. We may station the First Army just somewhere where we have supply. We might bring them back. Are we going to get already ready? What's the supply situation down south here? The supply is terrifyingly bad, but I'm not sure, because this is actually a puppet now. There was a supply hub down south here, right? that is a supply hub. It's just that we have only the naval supply coming in. So maybe we will just station, I mean, we're not going to need a full first army here. So we're just going to use, what is this terrain mostly? Okay, there are a bunch of forts. Level 2 forts, level 2, these are level 2 land forts. And this is all hilly and mountainous. So this is actually not going to be a great location to attack through. But we're definitely going to need some supplies south here. There's a supply hub in Kota. What is this? Kota Baru. There's a supply hub, but obviously the railway lines are not connected now. And I thought that there was no, that was just the capital. So we may have to build another supply hub here as well, just so we actually have a chance to get through here, because that's going to be hard going with these fortified areas here. And that's in the hills and has a relatively high levels of forts. So the British have been fortifying here. Probably the best way. This is level 2 land forts. This is level 2 land forts. This is level 2 land forts. Okay. We may have to do to use the tactical bombers to do some fortress destruction here as we're going. Alternatively, we could just naval invade directly into Singapore. So we may not even need to go through this line, but I do want to have some troops here. So we're gonna get these troops, and let's get maybe how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's get 8 divisions and give them a front line here. Why is that 7 divisions? That should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because I can't count. So now it's 8. And their target is Singapore. So let's see what that'll look like. But supply-wise, and then the rest of the first army will need to go somewhere else. So basically, all these troops and these troops are going to go more northern. We're going to go into a fallback line here-ish. That should be okay supply-wise. And these 15 divisions are going to move up here north. Okay. Alternatively, we can actually, hang on, the first army doesn't have any of the Marines, so we're going to need the, hang on, I was moving the wrong army. I'm an idiot. No. Everybody's been shouting at the screen, actually, right? Okay, no, sorry, these divisions go there. That's why I was so confused. Hang on, why is this not working? Okay, right. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 divisions. And we're going to delete, never mind, I'm an idiot. We're going to delete that front line. I'm going to put them here. And these 8 divisions are going to be going for Singapore. That makes more sense. And then everybody else, no. And maybe we'll leave some reinforcements in the north. So we're going to give these a fallback line. Can we just station these sort of here? Is that going to be fine supply-wise? Okay, 8 divisions here. And these naval divisions and that 1 division are going to go back there from the 3rd Army, and they will be spearheading some of the naval invasions that we're going to need to do, so we'll move them where we need them. Okay, let's see how that looks like supply-wise. The other thing, our trade needs to change. So our rubber trade, I think Brazil has stopped trading with us again. Can we not? Siamese Empire. So we're going to get our we get 80 for 1 factory. Yeah, I'm going to take all your rubber. Thank you very much. So that solves our rubber problems very comprehensively. And we do get some military factories from the whole thing. So let's let's see what we need to do. One thing that I've considered down the road is to eventually go into, how many more? Oh, we've got one more. So let's put that into the towed anti-air for now, because I do want to start upgrading my my troops with AA. And we are going to need things, planes, many more planes. But yeah, one thing I was thinking to do was to focus a lot more on planes going forward. We should have, what do our air wings look like now? So we've got this fighter wing of 21, and there's a close air support wing over here. Let's see if we can, that's a fighter wing, and that's, so let's get these two. Okay, so that needs to move over there. Let's get that organized so that it looks a little less scattershot. So do we now have these two over here? No, I don't think I did that right. Hang on. We've got 21 fighters. Okay, there's no. They can come south here. There's no reason for them to hang up there. And just making sure that I did my construction correctly. These are running into supply problems, so we definitely need that supply hub actually. Not at the priority, but at the final slot. Okay, there we go. Supply hubs take forever to construct, but they are quite useful. So without supply, it's difficult to fight. Okay, so what do we have here now? We've got some naval bombers. I'm not sure if these were from a carrier. We are going to, or are they sitting on a carrier right now? I think they are sitting on carriers, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to sort out my carriers as well. But these are fighters. I think, I'm not sure if we want to split these up because these might be belonging to the carriers. So let's get that sorted. While is there anything else that requires our immediate attention? No. Oh, I wanted to see if I could get another air wing up. We have an air base. Oh, let's go here. So I think we have, yeah, we've got plenty of tactical bombers that we can create actually 2 new air wings, and that one's going to go up to 100 as well. And we've got a carrier naval bomber wing. And we can start training these up. So while we're in peacetime, so let's get these trained until they're done. How's my Navy training wise? I was stopping the training. So there's the Yunsan. Why is the Yunsan not in the training army? The training Navy, you would need to go there. This was a reserve fleet. So let's just see that, let's make sure that everything is trained up. These guys are done. The submarines can still do some exercises. We are going to need to sort out our escort fleet once all the refits are done. Okay, first air fleet is complete, and these can train as well. Okay, first air fleet is complete. We've got some divisions. These are actually going to go into a new army. Yes, so we're going to get another army going, and I am going to throw the colonial troops out because I'm not really going to be using them that much anymore. These are going to. All right, so we're going to need some troops, especially around the island hopping things. One thing I wanted to do also was to increase the size of my my Riku Sentai, my naval troops, because there's going to be a lot of naval invading things going on with the island hopping. And if we're looking at ports, so for example, hypothetically, if we were to, where would we do a naval invasion? Like here, for example, right? So that, okay, so that's actually a jungle. So ports aren't always urban. It depends where the ports are. So, I mean, this would be an 84. The reason I'm wondering is because I would like to have. I could just leave them at a decent size. Where are they now? 19. We could make them the. Maybe we'll just do that. We make them the standard 21 size. Save that and see, and then just train some more of them. I think that's the better approach. So let's do that. Alternatively, the reason I'm thinking about it is because we need bigger. We have a limited number of divisions that we can ship around for a naval invasion. So if I don't need to bring as many, it's like if I make these bigger instead of more of them, then although that's really just a problem if I have more than 10, right, at this point. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Let's just create a couple of smaller ones. Gives us more flexibility and more things we can do at the same time. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Train here. Let's see how many we can do. 3. Okay, we can do 3 divisions. Perfect. We'll do that. We get more factories. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some factories into the Toad A for now, but we will need some for the 0 once we get it. So this will get me the A6M. 70 days. So let's get that started, and then we can start producing these en masse and set up the carriers as well to do this correctly. Okay, so I do have a new army. I did want to get a commander for them. We have him still. What's he good at? He is an infantry leader. Yeah, why not? We get him in here. Perfect. Okay, and he can get some. He can become an infantry expert as well, or an ambusher. Yeah, I'm not thinking of being defensive too much. Infantry expert sounds good, so let's get him upgraded. And Yamashita as well. Hang on, Yamashita is on the first army, so if we need to get through, it'll be almost okay. So the supply down here is dreadful. Which means we need to build another supply hub here, because this is not going to work otherwise. And that needs to happen after these are done. Okay. So that's going to happen there. Yes, yeah, there's not enough supply. So we're going to need to have a supply hub here in order to get that sorted. Okay, cool. What was I saying? Right, hang on. So he, Yamashita, could become a fortress buster, which gives us plus 15% and against force. But he's not the one assigned here. That would be him, and he doesn't have the engineer trait, so he's more for naval invasions. So I'm almost wondering. I'm almost wondering if I'm going to change this up, but I'm not going to start moving the troops around at this point anymore. It would be too. It would be stupid to do that. Anyway, actually, why is my front only up to here? Why is it what? This is mine too, right? Why is that? Oh no, sorry, that's not Tibet. Okay, never mind. Yeah, it would be kind of useful to have him actually in command, but I'm not going to switch them around right now because we are actually. Okay, how long are we away? We're still 100 days away. We could literally just get him assigned to the third army and mix this all up a little bit, such that we have a. But do we want to give him that trait? Let's see. Equipment capture ratio gain, don't really care about it too much. So we could give him this. That would enable him to, yeah, why not? So we give him the Fortress Buster. And Guerrilla Fighter gives entrenchment speed, so I'm not super interested. Infantry Expert as well. Okay. He is already the Grand Battle Plan Expert. So what we could do is we could swap them. Such that Yamashita takes control of the third army. And Imamura takes control of the first army. Or do I have anybody who has mountain experience? Let me have a quick look. Imamura does not. Let's just go through and see if anybody has infantry, trickster. Doesn't look like. Oh, he is already a fortress buster. So, but he's not particularly great. Trickster. Media personality. No, I don't think I have anybody who's experienced in the mountains. He's an addict. I'm not going to bring him. Okay, so the problem is obviously that I want Imamura to handle the naval invasions as well, because his army was actually supposed to be doing the naval invasions. So we'll leave it like this for now, but we might change this up. Actually, in fact, given that there's absolutely no supply here, we're going to delete this front line for now, because we are a little bit early with that anyway, and get these troops pulled back here, just for the time being, and we might actually swap it up for the third army. Okay. Do we need to take any decisions? I did say that I wanted to... What decisions do we have available? We have... No, we don't want to do training in the Siamese Empire. I'm not interested. We do have these decisions available, but I also want to get the war goals going. How much is that going to cost? Yuck, that's getting expensive. Okay, this is not super important, but we'll get there next once we've done the war against Tibet. And yeah, I might swap the armies out, but I don't want to get them into position now because it's going to take a while. And yeah, these guys are having trouble with the supply. How's our construction going? We're still building the railroads, so it's going to take a little bit. You can actually watch the railroads build, which is quite fascinating to see, I think. Like that railroad there, you can usually watch it being constructed. There you go. Now we've got the railroads done. Okay, we've got more troops. All these go into this army, and he can actually exercise. Okay, so that's done. What else? Yeah, we are seeing a lot of British troops on this side. So I think we will see more. We're going to need another army over there. Okay, the 1936 destroyer hull is done. Nice. So we are catching up with the techs here. We're still ahead. We're still nowhere near the 1940 techs, but we are slowly catching up. These are taking forever. So maybe we need to... I don't think we have the XP to spend it. No, we don't. But this just gives us attack, and this is going to take a while. So I am thinking of getting these done using experience, because they just take so long to do otherwise. So let's get the APCS, which gives us heavy attack for our battleships and battle cruisers. Yeah, let's get that out of the way. And I've got more divisions. They all go in here, and now that is complete. Okay, nice. We're going to need one army here, two armies actually, which means we're probably going to need another one. Yeah, let's keep training. Let's get more divisions out. I'm just gonna add heaps more infantry. We get 24 more of these, because I think we have the equipment for them. Support equipment running a bit low. Just keeping an eye on our resistance. So we're not at war right now, which reminds me actually, where are my operatives? Operatives. Okay, so they are both. Where's she? She's over here. No, that's the other one. Where's the other one? Where did I put her? We may just get one into Tibet, because I think resistance is not so much of an issue anymore. So we're going to get her to build an intel network in Lhasa, and she can... Do we have any resistance issues anywhere? I mean, we're obviously not having any resistance issues in Siam, because it's a puppet state, so we don't have to deal with resistance. But we could get her to already start building an intel network against the Dutch, I guess, because the Dutch East Indies is pretty much what we're going to be invading. Although Which are we going to invade the British first? Probably. Yeah. Probably the Dutch first. I think I want to get the Dutch East Indies because I want to make sure that the Germans don't get anything there. Because this is where this is lots of oil. We're good on rubber, honestly, at this point. This is 29 oil. This is 29 oil. 24 oil. Yeah. We might actually build the Intel network in Singapore for now, because that is going to be one. That is going to be one area we're going to be attacking. Okay, and yeah, we need another army, which means I'm also going to start pulling the Homeland Defense out and getting them into a different army group. So that's Army Group 2, and that is just going to be. Do we have a field marshal? Yes, we do. Offensive doctrine. Okay, so he's not perfect for that. Could promote somebody. Do we have somebody with a defensive? Do we have a general with a defensive? Who's an infantry officer and who's more defensive? And he's probably who's good on defense here. Tanaka, trickster, infantry officer, career officer. I might get him, honestly, but I've got some more people. How about him? We could promote him. Yeah, let's promote him to field marshal, and he is going to be our field marshal, and he can get the defensive doctrine and the recovery rate done. Perfect. Okay. So did we need to train any of these troops? Yeah, let's do it since we're at it. In fact, we can get everybody to train wherever they need to train. There might have been some losses or other. Okay. Haven't looked here in a while. Spirit of the Navy and anything we need to get here. We can get design. Oh, that's nice. Naval reform, naval experience gain. This might actually be something I'm willing to invest in. We do need to get the destroyer designed. Integrated designers. Naval research speed and ship module research speed. I should have done these earlier. I'm thinking either naval reform or integrated designers. Naval experience gain. This is only during battle, right? So this would get me the research speed and the module and naval research speed plus 20%. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Which means we have to wait a little bit until we can design ourselves the next destroyer, because we did research the 1936 destroyer. So we are going to need. Let's just have a quick look. What we're gonna do. I'm thinking of replacing the. Where do we have the destroyer models? I'm thinking of doing an Akatsuki class, because these are that's not what I wanted to do. Where's the Fubuki class? Like a fleet screen destroyer. So I am thinking of creating an Akatsuki class destroyer out of the 1936 hull, and they would have depth charges. I just want to check how much XP I'm going to need. Torpedo launchers, the Type 93 sonar. We don't have radar yet. AAs and light battery 2s. So that would need 30. Okay, so for 30 we can get ourselves an Akatsuki class. Our dockyards are busy right now anyway, but we'll get there. We'll get there. What else can we do? I can get Chief of Air Force. We don't have one yet. Yeah, that might not be a terrible thing to do, but I also need my political power, because I want to get... who do I still want to get? Let's see. We definitely want somebody in the military high command. We could get I'm thinking of doing more Navy stuff, because we just got Nagumo. So we do have an air combat training genius who would give us a lot of air XP. We could get Imamura just for infantry. Who do we have currently? We've currently got him. We could get Imamura in as an infantry expert, because he's still going to rank up. We could get Toyota as a capital ship expert. We could also get I want Yamamoto as well. So okay, I'm going to need to save up my my political power, because we have more advisors that we need to get at this point. And that's the thing. Okay, so naval exercises. I am actually just going to get this force permanently exercising, which is going to cost us some fuel for now. But I just want to generate some more naval XP on the quick if I can. So we'll do that just so in time we are ready for the. We still got 100 days, so we just need some oil for the Air Force. Which reminds me, we need to get the Air Force in place actually. What do we have here? So we've got 3 tactical bomber wings. If we want to hit Tibet, where's the nearest airbase? There isn't any. That's generally the problem. Is there any? Do we have any air bases? Where do we have air bases? Honestly, we just got Sichuan, right? That's the closest air base that we actually have to the whole north here. That is actually less than ideal, because if we're going to strike from the north, I would like to have planes somewhere in this region here. But there is no air base. Can we build one on the quick? Yeah, we might want to build an airbase somewhere up north here, just for future use. And I'm almost thinking of building it here, because that means the tacticals should be able to cover most of the British Raj from there, and we can always hit them from Sichuan as well. Okay, we'll just build one up there. But for now, we're going to pull our tactical bombers. They are 3 tactical bomber wings, not a Tonkin. We'll send them. No, we'll send them over there. Can they? Let's see if they have reached to the Himalayas. Do I have another tactical bomber wing? No, this is all smaller stuff. I do have these 2. Yep, it's questioning Tibetan sovereignty. We can send one of them. There's the tactical bomber wing. We'll send them over here as well. Just on a training mission. Okay. And that means we've got these. They don't quite have range from there. They do have some range, but it is sort of out of their operational range, honestly, which is unfortunate. We might have to prioritize that airbase construction. Where we're doing it in Yarkand, yeah. And let's get that done here. Yeah, the supply hubs are going to take forever, but I just need a level 2 actually. I want to get this done quickly. Airbase isn't going to take long to construct, so that's on the way. And we do need to stop training at some point with the fleet. I just wanted to get some naval XP going. We're still 90 days away from the war. What's decision timing out here? What's going on? Is it the escalator clause? I mean, we're just going to abandon the. We're just going to abandon the treaty. Shall we just do it now? Yeah, because I also want to get the Yamatos designed. Let's just do it so I don't forget it. So we're abandoning the treaties, and that's done. Anything else that I needed to worry about? Okay, looks all good. We are running out of fuel, so I'm going to have to stop that actually. So this whole reserve here needs to stop exercising. Okay. We're not going to need the Navy too much for for these wars right now, but we are going to need to reorganize them a little bit and all those good things. So, okay, anything else we need to keep an eye on? We are a bit short on support equipment, and our naval dockyards is going to be busy for so long still, just refitting everything here. Yeah, we might need a bit more on support equipment, so let's just put there. Yeah, we're angered by their posturing, as we generally are. We need more oil. I'm almost considering. We've got 7.8k. Daily gain 600. That is not an awful lot. Anyway, let's speed this up a little bit, because I think we've organized everything relatively well right now. And just keep an eye on the date, because mid-1939-ish, I'm thinking of starting to lash out at the British and get this sorted, and then move up into the East Indies as well. We're not going to work with... another thing that somebody mentioned is that I couldn't actually lend lease to Menguko because they're landlocked. So I don't know. Let's find out if this actually works. If we manage our subjects, the Menguko is... no, we are having an effect on the autonomy, right? If we just observe, this is 1493 right now. It should be... it should be eventually reduced. We'll leave it like that for now. Okay, armor belt scheme's done. Did I get... Yeah, I did get the naval spirit, so these researches should be quicker now. Yeah, that's only taking 154 days now. But I'm going to need my naval XP. That's the light cruiser attack. I need more light cruisers as well. Cruiser submarines. These are still building carriers. We're building 2 Tulsas here. Are we building any Mogamis actually? No, we're not actually. We just have to get through all these refits. And these are for the convoy escorts. So that's just all just stuff that we want to do. Okay, radio detection is done. That is important because that means we can actually get radar. Can we? No, we can't. We build radar stations, but we need to get this to get the improved radio. That's for tanks. When do we get the ship radar? Type 23 radar. That's just the radar station, right? And oh no, so that gives us the Type 21 radar. Okay, that is very important. I need that. Let's get that done. Okay, keep going here. The Soviets are... What are the Soviets up to? Why are the Soviets so massing around our northern border? Do I have to be concerned about that? What are they currently doing? We don't know anything about what they're doing, but the Soviet tree is so massive. I don't even have an idea if they have something to start any problems with us. But once we're done with the 0, we may actually go down the down this route and get a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union, just so we don't run into any trouble with these guys. Do I need to worry about this? I might actually take the... Hang on, why is this called Army 1? This is the second army. This would be the... Oh, I need to rename that. Second army. Okay. And we're going to give you the second army insignia. All right, that's all good. I might actually move these guys into the northern region here, just in case. Just in case the Soviets are kicking anything off. Yeah. Let's get these all shipped over already. Not sure if they are. That would obviously throw a lot of problems into my way. We can also get the... we can get this one. Was there anything I wanted to do with my army XP? We did want to... Let's have a quick look. Hypothetically, if I was going to add the support AA, we'd need 1,600. We've got 500. Okay. So we still need to triple our support AA before we do that. or our A8 in order to get that support going. But yeah. Construction. Okay, the airport's done. We are now building the supply hubs. And then we can get back to the civilian factories. We still have to do the Palau, but that can come later. Yeah, we need to get back to that. Lots of construction to be doing. How's Tibet looking? Did I get the airport constructed? Yes, I did. Okay, so we can move these guys over here, and that should give them a lot better. A lot more. Yeah, that covers the whole. Okay, 0 is done, and we got the A6M0. Perfect. The German Reich claims Memel. Okay, so the German Reich is German Reiching and is doing what they do and is expanding. They're about to kick off World War II, and I do hope the Soviets aren't going to cause any trouble. That would be annoying if they did. Okay, so airport's done. So these groups are perfectly able to cover from there most of the northern part of this whole region. So that's fine. So now we can work on the supply hubs. I'm not sure if these are going to be done in time. This is, how long is the construction still going to be? Can you tell me? 97 days until completion. And we are going to war. Yeah, we're going to get the war goal against Tibet in a little bit less than that. So we'll have to see. Okay, 0's done. So unless we have, there's lots of stuff I want to do. There's the core cruiser modernization stuff, and I want to get all these. I want to get this one, so our air research speed goes up. But I am thinking to get the tripartite pact out of the way, such that we can do the Strike South doctrine. Alliance with Siam should be bypassed, I think. And we can get the non-aggression pact with the Soviets. Yeah, let's go down this route for now. Okay. Yeah. The Tibetans and their motives. I think we should be, they have nothing, right? We should be able to just cut them off here. Right, they have 1, 2, yeah, there's a division here, okay, fair enough. But I think we will be able to cut them off relatively easily. Our Air Force Navy is currently using, but it's not an awful lot. So, okay, that is done. Firefighting drills. And we're almost at the 30 XP to get the, let's get this done. Let's just start it off for now. I could spend naval XP, but I don't have any right now, so I may as well not bother. We've got some dockyards repairing. That's also the thing, obviously. If you're training your navy, the ships get damaged, and then you need to repair them again. So that's always an issue. Oh, we need to get the 0 building. Actually, there's a thing I wanted to do, and I don't think I have enough air experience for it. But I think we're going to cut back on this production line, and then get the 0 Carrier Fighter 2 going. The thing is, I wanted to see if I could create a variant, but this would hit reliability, this wouldn't, and this wouldn't. So we could extend the range. No, that's what hit reliability, because I don't think I have enough to do 2. Yeah, costs 25 XP for each, but this would just be increasing the agility and the max speed. So we do the variant A of the A6M0. Okay, where is it now? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that one's now obsolete, and we are going to, that one's obsolete, and we are going to start building the 0s, and they are going to go all the way up below the tacks, and we are going to need a lot of those, because these are going to be our main fighters, not just for now. We can get ourselves I am thinking we could get a war industrialist for dockyard construction speed, but I would really like, who do we have right now? We've got the Prince of Terror, we've got the political power gain, which we need. So I'm thinking at this point to just get the elusive gentleman for an additional operative, because with 2 operatives I can't really do them very much. I can hardly even rescue one. With 3 operatives, that might start looking different, and I might be able to do some operations against the British or something. And it also reduces the agency upgrade time. So we'll do this. And do we need to do some? Yes, we need the Air Force department, so let's get that underway as well. How's our supply hubs situation looking? We're getting there, and that should sort out the supply situation relatively neatly. And we are building up against Tibet. We do have unassigned divisions. Why are we getting... Oh, we were getting divisions from the Siamese now. You can go into your own... yeah, I'm almost thinking to throw them into the colonial force. Just, you know. Yeah, we'll throw them in the colonial force. There you go. That's just where these all go. I'm not sure why they're giving me divisions. I mean, I understand why they're giving me divisions, but I don't care. What are we getting from them, actually? We've got our subjects. So they are an imperial protectorate. And they are... they're giving us manpower. And they're giving us parts of their industry. Okay. Well, perfect then. They are... Yeah, we're actually reducing their autonomy, and because that also counters their export. They're getting a lot more from the export here. They're actually going the wrong way. Do we still need to trade with them? I think the aluminium is that where we're with Manchukuo. We're trading a factory for 12 aluminium because we are going to be short on aluminium. We're actually okay on aluminium, so we might actually just stop that for now. No, hang on. Aluminium, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much good on aluminium actually. So we're going to stop that. And we are almost ready. Yes. The future is the Great East Asia Co-Prosperity Fair. 4 days and we'll be ready to declare war in Tibet. And I think we might be, even though they have... this is all mountains. This is all going to be absolutely dreadful. But I'm thinking of actually... I mean, these guys are low on supplies. So that is not ideal. But I am thinking of pushing... They've got 3 troops. We're not going to take Lhasa easily. But we might be able to cut them off here. So I am thinking of getting these 3 divisions sent over here. Or maybe we can cut them off from the north. Maybe we'll just go these 3 divisions over there. And then that relieves the supply situation a little bit. Okay. Justification is finished. APCS is finished. More research. Do we have to do any industrial research right now? Oh, we are actually on the 1939 already. Yes, because it's March. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun. Industry output for starters, because that also increases our dockyard output. I've still got these guys on the move, but that's okay. We can already declare war and get it going. Well, maybe we don't need them. And so we're going to declare war on Tibet. We're not going to call in our allies, and we're already going to start justifying on Nepal. That shouldn't be that expensive anymore. Nope, 130 days, done. Okay, so let's see if we can, let's see what we can do here. Actually, yeah, these guys are moving. Nobody has supply in here. Nobody has any supply, as we know. So let's see. They might actually come. I might have to send 1 division out here, actually. Okay, let's extend the front again. I think I might have to send 1 division out here. And we're going to get... so we're going to start pushing here. And we're going to get this division from here as well. And if that works, then we'll try to cut them off here completely, which would cut everybody else off from their yep. And I don't think even within the mountains with our power, plus we've got the intel advantage, and we should get the Air Force in the air as well. That should not be a massive issue. And once we have these cut off, then we can kind of mop up the whole rest of them. So we don't actually we may not actually need to move these. We might just be able to move everybody through here. And despite the fact that they are dreadfully low on supply, let's see if we can link up from there. Okay. Yeah, I don't think they're standing much of a chance. We may actually, at this point, just see if we can cut them off here. Yeah, I think these are so weak that it doesn't actually make any difference. So you can attack here, and you can attack here, and you can attack here as well. Yeah, they don't stand a chance. Okay, Air Force Department is done. They might have some divisions, but they're not particularly great. We need the. We do need some defense as well. We can do the suicide. Oh, we need the cryptology as well. Okay, let's start the cryptology, because if we're up against the British, this will start getting important. Okay. Supply-wise, our supply hub is still under construction, but I think we might not need it. This is just for future use. We might not need it at this point, to be honest. Okay, they are attacking here, but I don't think they will stand any chance to get there. Okay. Hang on, is that one of mine or is that one of the enemies? Okay. I just need one division over here. Yeah, I need one division over there. Actually, I need one division to push up and the other division to stay here, and then we're just going to surround them. And that'll cut them off from supply. Where are we getting supply from? This must be from here still. Yeah, that's from here. Perfect. Okay, so our supply situation here is actually good. No, you need to move there. You need to move there, and we're going to encircle them in Lhasa and effectively just starve them out. We can get this division coming around south here, although the supply situation isn't great there. How does it look like up in the north? Okay, construction done, and we can do excavation. We also need to do fuel gain, because we need more fuel. I don't think if we have any refineries at this point. Excavation would be nice, but I'm going to go with the machine tools first, so that can actually build up already. What is the situation up in the north looking like? I think we're just cutting them off completely there. Yeah, I think they're just collapsing here. Okay, so supply situation not great down south, so maybe we'll just leave them there. And you can go here. Actually, we can get another operative. We can get somebody who's tough and an orator for stage coups and boost ideology. That'd be nice. Or somebody who's better at stealing blueprints. I think I'm going to get him, because that would be interesting. So we're going to get him to start building an intel network in London, because we are going to get into trouble with the British. So let's see what we can do against the British, to be honest. Okay, this is going to take forever because they don't have any supply, so getting them to move is going to take a long time. But we only need one division to move across the river. And then we should have everything else cut off from supply, so we can actually keep pushing here. Okay. Yeah, he's defending, and supply is bad down south here, but we do need to cut off Lhasa from the river, from the south. So we will do it from the other side, because we will get... Okay, yeah, supply is bad here. We can start attacking them there. No, not like that. Stop that. Stop. Abort. Go south here and then attack here. You can stay there. And the rest of the troops should now be completely cut off. So we're just going to move everybody. Despite the worsening supply situation, but it's not just us, it's the Tibetans as well, because they don't have any supply either. Get the other two to move through here and then just sort this all out. Okay, and then we will start the attack on... We can actually start them already, because they are trying to break out from there. So we'll attack these from 2 directions, and then we'll just help here with the attack. Yeah. Okay, and that should take care of their capital. Yeah, not a big... we've got some undersigned divisions again. Oh, we've got 3 more Navy divisions. I'm just gonna park them. And get them trained up, because we don't need them right now, but we are going to move. We are going to reshuffle our army organization once we're done here. Okay, let's get sent one division over here just to capture the ground, and we're trying to take their capital. No, attack as well here. You can attack here. And I don't think they stand much of a chance, honestly. I'm not seeing our Air Force doing much. But well, that's because I didn't give them the order. I'm not myself today. I didn't give them the order to actually do anything. Oh, I'm terrible. I am sorry. Okay, now we have the air superiority. So now we just need to move in south, and then the troops in Lhasa can no longer escape anywhere. Although they are both defeated at this point. So yeah, I don't think the Tibetan troops were standing any chance against us, even though I'm an idiot and completely forgot to send my planes out. It's a strange day today. Okay, we get that sorted out. Everybody's on the move. And it just takes a while to move through the mountains here. We're also going to need Bhutan. Oh, okay, that was it already. Tibet has surrendered. They gave us 1 artillery piece. Oh, they had the artillery, and we got it. We're going to take everything and our turn, and that is Tibet under Japanese control. Okay, perfect. Right, which means we now start to see a land border with India, where we're going to be working against the British Raj. But before that happens, we're going to need to take Nepal and just get across the Himalayas there. How is the supply situation here? We need to connect that railway. That's why we built it earlier on. So that needs to go here. And that from there should be able to cover this region pretty well. So that's a priority construction. And yeah, we get that done. The supply hubs are almost complete. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I forgot to send my actual Air Force in. You go back to training. I think we've got enough to design ourselves an Akatsuki class. And then on that note, we can end the episode for today. So let's do that quickly. We are going to take the 1936 destroyer hull. We are going to get torpedo tubes. We're going to get the... why can we not have a radar? Did I not finish the radar research yet? When is that going to be finished? That is going to be finished in 39 days. Okay, we'll modify it as we go. So this module gets the sonar, we get the AAA, we get the light batteries, we get a second set of torpedo tubes, and we get some depth charges against the subs. And here we'll put the radar once we have the radar, and that is going to be the Akatsuki class of destroyer, fleet destroyers, and they're going to go by historical destroyer names. Save, and then we are going to get these produced because the Fubuki class is now decommissioned, which means we are going to get the Akatsuki class destroyers built once we actually... Why are we having a Kaidai class down here? Oh, these were the cruiser subs for attack. We really need to get through these refits here. Fortunately, they don't take very long. So this line should clear up pretty soon. But yeah, we need more dockyards. 19 dockyards is nowhere near enough for what we're trying to do. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Thanks, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.